LoisJZachary, The Mentor's Guide, Facilitating Effective Learning Relationships. Embark on a journey of growth and discovery through The Mentor's Guide, Facilitating Effective Learning Relationships by LoisJZachary. This book throws light on the importance of establishing healthy and successful mentoring relationships, and unravels the critical factors underpinning them. Learn how both mentors and ments can create a partnership rooted in reciprocity, learning, collaboration, and mutual respect. Immerse yourself in diverse learning styles, the process of self-reflection, the influence of personal experiences, and the role mentors play in facilitating learning. Ready to cultivate empowering and fruitful mentoring relationships? Explore the hidden gems this book has to offer.
The art of successful mentoring. Mentoring is a process of engagement, and the key to a successful mentoring relationship is to establish a partnership founded on clear guidelines that support protégés' objectives. While mentoring relationships can face obstacles, a collaborative approach that prioritizes regularly evaluating the partnership helps overcome these challenges. By fostering a connection between mentor and protégé, individuals can leverage the benefits of a mentoring relationship, learn from one another, and achieve their objectives. For instance, while Randy's mentoring relationship with Pat became purely transactional, Jocelyn and Carmen's partnership thrived. Carmen and Jocelyn established guidelines at the outset that governed their relationship. Together, they regularly evaluated their partnership's impact on Jocelyn's objectives. They viewed the mentor-protégé relationship as a collaborative partnership, working together towards specific goals. In contrast, the outdated dynamic of mentorship saw mentors providing insights, which their protégés absorbed. Through the collaborative approach, mentors and protégés can learn from each other to achieve mutually beneficial outcomes. Successful mentorship is all about utilizing the right techniques, engaging with each other, and evaluating the partnership regularly. 7 Elements of Learner-Centered Mentoring. In the book, the learner-centered mentoring paradigm revolves around 7 essential elements. These include reciprocity, learning, relationship, partnership, collaboration, mutually defined goals, and development. Both parties involved must assume responsibility and respect each other to promote healthy connections and work together to achieve common objectives. Mentoring focuses on promoting learning by gaining insight into the protégé's learning style and seeking to boost their acquisition of knowledge and skills. Defining goals from the start and evaluating them throughout the program is also crucial for success. The art of adult learning. Malcolm Knowles, a pioneering American adult educator, developed the humanist learning theory that stresses the importance of self-directed learning. He believed that adults learn best when they have control over the process and can apply what they learn immediately. Knowles emphasized that mentors should foster an environment that encourages learning and recognizes that learners' experiences are a rich source of knowledge. Ultimately, Knowles argued that successful adult education depends on facilitating learners' ability to analyze, design, execute, and evaluate their own learning goals. In today's world, Knowles' ideas of self-directed and experiential learning are widely adopted in education and mentoring. Unique learning styles. Every person has a unique way of learning, and mentors should adjust their teaching styles to suit their students. Explained by educational psychologist William Perry, cognitive frameworks consist of 4 distinct styles that guide learning approaches. Dualism learners view their mentors as authorities providing knowledge. Multiplicity learners rely on their emotions, while relativism learners understand and compare different viewpoints. Lastly, commitment learners focus on ways of being, including thinking and acting, and mentors can encourage this integration. Adapt teaching strategies to support each learner in their learning style. Agassiz and the Art of Observation. Louis Agassiz, a Swiss-American biologist and former Harvard professor, once encouraged a student to draw a fish instead of simply observing it. This led to the student discovering attributes he hadn't noticed before, proving that critical reflection aids in better assimilation of knowledge. According to Stephen Brookfield, author of 16 books on adult education, this method grants insight into assumed premises and leads to more effective actions. Agassiz's method of allowing his student to explore his own way of thinking without providing a solution shows the importance of mentorship and active listening in learning. Effective mentorship. Mentors need to reflect on their own life experiences to understand themselves better. However, they should not project their experiences onto their ments. Mentors need to differentiate between themselves and their ments to allow the latter to explore themselves fully. To achieve this, mentors need to undertake a 3-step exercise, which involves gaining self-awareness, understanding their mentee's journey, and gaining perspective on both. By doing this, mentors can encourage their ments learning effectively without coaching someone to become a replica of themselves. Timeline for successful mentors. Mentors must reflect on a timeline of events that have shaped their growth and identify lessons learned, people who helped them, and unplanned events. By doing so, they can better understand how they want to mentor others. Successful mentors not only guide their ments toward success, but they also reflect on their own growth journey. In order to do this, mentors must create a timeline of events that have influenced them, both positively and negatively. This timeline should include hurdles encountered, unplanned events, and people who have helped them grow. By examining these events, mentors can identify lessons learned and gain a better understanding of how their mentors have influenced their thought processes. This exercise allows mentors to reflect and define how they want to mentor others based on their own experiences. Miriam's timeline. Miriam, a healthcare executive, creates a timeline that acknowledges 7 significant incidents that helped her progress and develop. She recognized 3 breaks that facilitated her growth, including a positive mentoring experience, educational opportunities from her company, and her husband's encouragement. Miriam understood more clearly why she wanted to mentor women who sought career change and saw the benefits of discussing guidelines for a mentoring relationship. Technology can accommodate most types of mentoring relationships, but being virtually connected with the men does not necessarily mean that there is a deep connection. Miriam's timeline showed her how much she had changed and how several people helped her, and how context influences the perception of reality and affects attitudes and thinking. Mentoring lessons from Mary Catherine Bateson. Cultural anthropologist Mary Catherine Bateson explains how mentoring others involves discovering mentorship lessons through reflecting on one's past experiences. Bateson describes her own journey in her memoir, Composing a Life, where women friends contributed to her growth. To enable growth for a mentors need to engage in feedback, asking for it, giving it, accepting it, and acting on it. Bateson recommends creating a mentor timeline to identify one's strong influencers and examining what they gain from each of them. Through discussing both successes and failures, mentors can identify lessons and become better mentor-protégé. Knowing ments. Mentors can't assume they know everything about their ments. They have to take into account their ments' backgrounds and experiences to avoid misunderstandings. Madeline learned this lesson when she underestimated her protégé Gordon. She offended him by believing he lacked the knowledge to follow in her footsteps. Little did she know that Gordon had owned 2 construction companies and had an MBA. This situation teaches future mentors to evaluate their assumptions and to ask questions to fill any gaps in their knowledge and understanding. By doing so, they can avoid misunderstandings and create a strong mentoring relationship. The art of effective mentoring. Mentors and protégés should maintain their individual identities in a relationship of mutual learning. As mentors gain a better understanding of their own and their mentees' journeys, they can evaluate differences and adjust to create a successful outcome. Effective mentors must learn to identify harmful actions that could damage the relationship. It is essential to maintain honesty regarding limitations in mentoring schemes to avoid disappointment on both sides. With careful planning and dedication, mentoring can be a rewarding experience of mutual growth.
In LoisJZachary's The Mentor's Guide, the core tenets of successful mentoring relationships come to the forefront. With a learner-centered approach, mentors and ments alike can benefit from engaging in partnerships based on reciprocity, learning, collaboration, and clearly defined goals. Understanding the learning styles of both parties and embracing self-reflection helps to identify one's own experiences and differentiate them from the mentee's journey. As you finish this enlightening journey, take away the emphasis on cultivating strong, healthy mentoring relationships that foster growth, personal development, and the constant pursuit of knowledge. Let this guide inspire you to nurture empowering mentoring relationships that pave the way for holistic success.